Hi, welcome to EDSC 550, Social and Cultural Competencies. It is week 6, so we'll be focusing on chapter 6, which is staff reflections. And I'll be sharing my screen with you. I have a couple of things to present on. Okay, staff reflection. So in chapter 6, we're talking about how we can reflect on equity as a staff and just what are the things that we can do to improve, to consistently be part of the solution to equity in education. So a thing that we can do is framing equity. We have to cultivate a school climate for equity that requires careful attention to the creation of emotional, cognitive, and behavioral spaces throughout the school. So it's useful to think of this climate through 3 lenses: the habit of the heart, the core values, why do you teach? The habit of the head, ways of thinking and knowing what you believe in, what do you believe in? And then habits of the hand. What do you do? How do you practice your values and beliefs? So we want to create a space that enhances equity. And we want to create a space in our classrooms, on our campus, where people enjoy themselves and can do things that interest them. For students, this means a variety of course options, multiple extracurricular activities, innovation, hands-on experience. So this is what we need to be reflecting. Does our classroom look like this? We want to keep your revised equity focused vision and mission at the core of the school functioning. We want to have a clear and consistent communication of your vision and explain how every decision contributes to the realization of that vision, so that when the students walk in, they understand what your vision is and how you're contributing and how you're not deviating from that vision on a daily basis. We want to affirm everybody's contribution to the school community. So making sure we don't leave out any ethnicity, any group, any person in that school. And this could be asking the students to facilitate lessons and be peer mentors to others. And then we want to minimize emotional costs by making sure that the role expectations are reasonable. So we don't want anyone to be overloaded with roles and that they become emotionally drained or burnt out. That's the staff, the community, the students, that's everyone. It's really important that we do that. Okay, a little bit about the school policies. Most of our educational policies originated from school districts that were overseen by school boards composed of 4 to 10 elected or appointed volunteers. And school leaders have been flexible about when and how to implement these district policies. The problem is that the policies were written as a one size fits all, which, while it's equal, it's not equitable. So this is where we need to go back to our school policies and revisit them and start thinking about, are they equitable or are they equal? And equal is not what we're looking for today, especially in our diverse community. We want to make sure that our policies are equitable and that we can address the inequities and inconsistencies of the application of these policies. And these include the implicit biases, the explicit prejudices, and the disproportionality that some of the students face when the policies are applied to them. So academic policies should enhance educational opportunities and not limit them. Okay, so some points to consider that chapter 6 gave us. We need to know and be involved in our local government. And this is a great way for us to understand the legislation and how it affects our schools. And are we able to have an equitable environment for all of our students. And then we need to have a general sense of the Department of Education and how it operates and how its impacts could inform your level of advocacy and activism. And then at the federal and the state decisions, how they will impact us in the same way. And as school leaders, school counselors, how we can influence the policies in our school with data, evidence, and social justice lenses, and that we need to engage. Engagement, attendance, and participation trends are very telling. So we need to make sure that we're looking at the data for these as school counselors and analyzing this data with respects to race. And you need your students need to know that need you to do this work in order for them to have an enriching educational experience. Okay, so that is chapter 6. And also this week you will be focusing on your readings, as well as you have 2 discussion boards due this week, and then your assignment, marginalized populations poster. Okay, remember to follow the rules for the marginalized population posters using the templates that are available for you on the assignment. Thank you. Have a nice week.